There we go. All right, we are live for some Hades.
So, yeah, the new mirror is just like, now everything has a different way you can do shit. So you just click it. You have to pay to max it all out, but
Wait, click
I've
it
already
again.
maxed.
Oh, you're switching between other options.
Yeah.
Oh, so you create a build.
Mm-hmm.
I see. And then that one heat level thing removes like the bottom three or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you would need to be careful about which. And can you move anything anywhere, or does each one have like just one or two?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool. Because before you scrolled down for stuff, right?
No, it was all on one screen.
But they just added a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What do you got here? You have plus 50%. Well, what's shadow presence?
Damage from behind.
Okay, and then what's the other one?
10% more damage to
Undamaged foes. So the first time you hit him, you do extra damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then dark regeneration is 80% of each rank makes 40% of any. Is it darkness or what is that?
Yeah, it's darkness.
You collect restore your health by that much. That's cool. Oh, so when you do those rooms that have the darkness, you get a bunch of health from it. I see. And then
also kind of incentivizes to grab darkness.
Yeah. And then Death Defiance. What's in place of Death?
The Death Defiance one sucks.
Stubborn Defiance that restores you to 30% of your health one time per chamber when your life total is depleted.
Yeah. So
you have one Death Defiance.
Life, but like, I'd rather just have the 3, because if you die more than once on a boss fight or something like that, then you're just dead.
Right. And Greater Reflex, you can perform one additional dash in quick succession or Ruthless Reflex. If you dash just before getting hit, gain 50% damage. Dodge chance. That's interesting. That one's like, oh, maybe, depending on what I'm using, like for instance, Greater Reflex might be better for something like that's not super close range, but isn't like the bow, which would I think require like a dash, like.
I think for the slower weapons is good.
But then like the other one, like what would Ruthless Reflex be good for? Is the other one you were saying that would be good for the slower weapons? Or no, that's for like a really agile build.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welling Blood, each rank gives you 10% attack and special damage to foes with. Okay, so it incentivizes you to use the cast even if you don't have a cast. I've noticed you were using the cast more often, even when you don't have anything on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then each rank reduces foes' speed and damage while they have. Okay, that's kind of interesting too. But for you get used to a particular speed on things. And I'm assuming all the red ones are like the original, and then the green are the new.
It's yellow.
Or, yeah. Yeah, it's like a neon yellow or like a highlight green yellow type vibe. It's like a green yellow, right? Okay, and then we're on Infernal Soul. Each rank gives you +1 for your cast. Okay, and then your cast regenerates, but no longer drops. Okay, so you don't have to worry about killing something with it in them.
Yeah,
but it'll still be in them. It'll just be in them until they die.
No, it goes away. It just doesn't drop.
That sucks. It'd be cool if it stayed inside. Then again, against bosses, they'd have to be like, yeah, it doesn't work on bosses or some shit, Deep pockets. Yeah.
It's not very good.
Shrink gives you +5% of your total each time you clear an underworld region. I don't know, dude. Like, if you saved up a bunch at the end of...
but like, if you have 1,000 gold, you're only getting 150.
Yeah, but you're getting 150, like... You could get... Okay, what's your usual amount of gold, do you think, at the end of a run? Like, 200? 250?
When I go into STYX?
No, when you go into between regions, what would you say is like your average that you like have?
Probably like 100.
100. So you'd be getting 15 extra, and you go to there's 4 regions.
Yeah.
So it happened 3 times. Yeah, I could see how that would be. You have to switch to golden whatever, if you were specifically trying to end it with a bunch of money in preparation for STYX. But that would mean you'd have to get like a really good run that you didn't have to spend money on as much. High confidence, each rank gives you plus 5% damage while you have 80% of life or greater. And then thick skin, each rank adds plus 5 to your life total. Yeah, that's tough. Because basically, it'd be like, do your warm-up game with the other with high tolerance and then switch to, or I'm sorry, thick skin and then switch to high or whatever to be like, I'm not going to get hit. But then you can't switch these mid-run. So it's like, it's not like the keepsakes or whatever.
Yeah.
Privilege status plus 40% versus at least 2 status curse effects. So I guess if you have Doom or anything like that, that's kind of interesting. And then each rank gives you plus 3% damage for each different Olympian whose boons. Oh, so if you diversify, plus 6% damage for each different one. Interesting. So wait, go to the other one. You have 40% damage if you have at least 2 status curse effects. It's actually not that easy to get. You'd have to have like it's not poison anymore, but it's, or is it poison?
It's hangover.
Yeah, if you have hangover and slow.
Yeah.
But this one, if you don't want to have to worry about getting those, that's interesting because you can see them kind of building into each other, right? Olympian favor, each rank gives you plus 1% a greater chance for a boon to be rare. And then it gives you plus 1% greater chance for a boon to be legendary or duo. Oh, that one's... Yeah. So why wouldn't you do the other one? Is just because it's a lower percent?
Yeah. I'd rather have the rares.
Be more...
Because you can, if you go, through enough gods, you can... I mean, eventually you'll get to legendary.
Yeah, because the more rares you have, the more likely you're going to get more rares and stuff. And it could kind of like...
Well, you deplete their pool.
Yeah. God's chosen. Each rank gives you plus 1% greater chance for rewards. Like boons, hammers, and palms. Okay, so is that for rooms?
I think so.
And then each rank gives you plus 1% greater chance for a boon to be epic. Oh, so you could just double up on those.
Yeah, that's what I usually run.
Yeah.
Today I'm going to do this because I need to get a hammer.
Gotcha. And then Fated Persuasion gives you that's the switch to randomly altered boon and Well of Caroline choices.
Yeah, and then you can reroll a chamber.
Yeah. I was wondering if you got both or if it was one or the other.
It's one or the other.
That one feels like it has more control because you can see what's in front of you, so you're changing the type of thing within itself versus changing the room, and it can be anything. You know?
Yeah. But sometimes I do wish I had the
change rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, I choose between, like, oh, I really need, like a really good boon or health, but all I have to choose from is gems and darkness. You're like, usually I wouldn't mind, but right now I really need this. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Well of Charon changes. Does that change like all the choices in the shop with Charon, or does that change? What does that change?
It's just those little like little shops.
The little chest shops.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kiosks.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You're doing Big Bomb, right?
I'm doing the cannon.
Is that the one that shoots the rocket, or
no? It does the
big shot. Okay. Your attack inflicts hangover. Do you have the thing? Did you grab the thing that for having double stats effects, or you got the one that was like diversify your shit?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, having Festive Fog right off the back's not bad. Hey, how's it going, Adam?
Yeah, but I mean, I'd rather have this.
Okay.
I'll earn your favor yet.
Howdy, boys. I'm back.
It's Independence Day.
Mm-hmm.
I God damn, you're doing so much damage with that.
I accept this message.
Okay. Moose Spear reduction is nice.
I won't have it.
Drunken Dash isn't bad. Are you running a high heat thing? Did you get
No, it's 0 heat.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say Drunken Dash is really good for having a bunch of enemies. If you're just starting the day with a 0 heat.
Well, apparently I haven't done it for this. Even though I could have swore I did.
I think at some point something must have like reset
There.
with what heat you've done because they changed so much stuff. Makes me wonder if like you keep whatever heat rank you have available to you, but when they change the heat stuff, they like reset some things, or but I don't know.
Well, no, because I still have like the 1.
Did they
Like-
change how heat is done? Like didn't it used to be just for the weapon, not for each different aspect, or did it always be
It's
like?
just for the weapon.
And then now it's for each different aspect.
No, it's just.
Oh, it's always been like that.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. It's weird.
I had thought that each different aspect also you had different heat rewards, but yeah, I'm just thinking that either maybe there must have been a time in which everything just like reset a little bit and all your 0 heat stuff was like, oh, you can do this again. Or maybe there might be a thing that triggers it, like when you upgrade a weapon, your 0 heat, you can do that again or something.
No, because all the other heat things are.
Because this happened last week too. You had something that was, oh, I didn't do 0 heat for this.
Certain shroud of darkness, son of Hades. The goddess Nyx's ancient shawl. I had not sensed its void in a considerable amount of time.
But yeah, Adam, how are you doing today?
I see no reason not to make it so.
You lads again, huh?
It'd be interesting, Matt, to do a run where you switch all your stuff around on the mirror. And
I wish they kind of like a randomizer.
that would be cool. You could just, we could do a semi-randomizer where you roll you flip a coin for each one. That might be kind of fun. But I was thinking do a run where you purposely plan to not have a ton of health, and then you go through and pick all the stuff that like gives you extra health for like rooms and like all that, and just maximize it. So you basically are like knowing you're gonna get like hurt a lot, but then pick everything that kind of like keeps you going between rooms and just see how
All right.
you can make that work. Because I saw that that chaos option where it makes your darkness be 204% of the amount when you get it, and how that would like synergize well with the health for the darkness thing. Because you get a percentage of health based on how much darkness you get, right?
Not bad. Trying to stay busy at work so they don't think I'm a slacker.
Yo, I'm running into that same issue right now. At my work, we just finished a huge project, and I was spending all my time on that project, and now I have to go back to doing a bunch of the other stuff I was doing before, and I have to like recalibrate myself to get used to doing the regular stuff. And it's hard when you can just spend your whole day on one thing, and then now you have to like split up your day and do all the other tiny stuff. Because I'm the type of guy that like if you can put me on one project, I'll just do it for like I'll mainline something.
Bite this. Looks like a knucklehead. Where now? Fan.
Life and death, one and the same. I got the feeling you could use some backup here.
But now he's offering backup
This won't take very long at
because he knows that like you just like.
At all for me.
When was the last time you lost to him?
Lost to him Tuesday.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I'm split between 3 projects with like nothing to do on any of them. Yeah. yeah, I have a list that I pull every day to do stuff with, and lately the list has been like really like small, and it's like there's nothing I can do about it because it's out of my hands. But I get done with it soon, and I'm like, I have to find other shit to do.
The situation is under control. Got more of them than I did, huh?
By a staggering amount.
Yeah, you destroyed him. What caused you to lose against him yesterday? Was he?
I just wasn't doing enough damage.
What?
I don't remember. Just know I lost.
I was gonna ask what weapon you're using, but
I don't remember.
oh, okay. So you called it. You know, it'd be cool, a dash effect that puts in like a timed explosion, like one of those types of explosions.
You read his thing.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, being split between projects.
Greetings, Charon. Why not?
Is attack being faster for this better? Or...
Like the same.
What else we got?
Oh, dashing 2 more times is nice.
Yeah.
Who felt that?
Ooh, fuck that.
Yeah, what do you say, like, next run? Because I was going to say the last run of the day, but I don't want to go over time if it ends up being long. Like, the next run, we try to randomize everything.
Cheers, mate.
Sure.
Unless you have something you want to work on.
Guessing Electo?
No.
Guess not.
I'm starting to enjoy these little outings with you, Zach. You can't hurt me. You.
Oh, I almost didn't get hit.
Yeah, that one's sick.
Can't be.
I no hit her one time, and he had a special voice line.
Oh, shit.
Did it.
Anything new happen with Meg as far as, like, storyline for her? You didn't move
No.
forward? You're just kind of, like, secretly seeing each other? Or not even
Yeah.
secretly, just, like, casually seeing each other?
I can also start seeing Than, but I'm like, I'm a one-woman man.
Thanatos?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he your brother?
Sort of.
Oh, this is God stuff. I remember now. Gods, they don't really... Wonder if you could ever see Dusa.
Hades.
Or is that always an unrequited love scenario? That'd be weird. I don't really like her voice that much. I mean, it's fine. I liked her first voice that she had. They changed it, like, early on. She didn't have that effect on it.
Yeah, they did.
Always?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I seem to remember her voice being a little bit different. Like, they changed... Maybe they just tweaked the effect on her voice. But I remember her sounding a little different. I don't know. This room is like... Every time you get this room, it's like... really hard to not just take fucking lava damage. I will say you're probably... It's nice to just fight these guys, because I think it's easiest to not accidentally run into the lava. Compared to some. No, maybe not. And there's 3. It gets a little crazy. I have a feeling you're going to go ahead and just give up that butterfly at the end of this region.
Huh? I haven't taken any damage, and I'm not using the butterfly. I'm using the black shawl.
Oh, okay.
More damage when you
like from behind.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna really help in Elysium.
Well, it's more damage if they're undamaged as well.
Shit.
That's why I'm doing 200 and something damage a dot.
Actually crazy because like I just realized that you're already in Asphodel and it feels like you should still be in the previous one.
Yeah, that other floor was really short.
It felt like it was like 4 rooms. But I know you just went through the rooms really quickly. Because you have like way less enemies. And like they're way easier to kill.
See that hexagraph?
Because you're going on a 0 heat.
Need the flurry one. Why can't I reroll this?
I don't know. I guess it doesn't count as a boon. Whoa, that's cool. Have you gotten that before?
Mm-hmm.
That's sick. Do they all do reduced damage though?
30% reduced.
How bad could
It's
it
not
be?
bad.
Don't make me laugh.
Oh, but you can like stack them on top of each other if they're right on top of you. Do you get her Baron Bomb?
No, not on this one. The other one I would have.
That makes sense. This would be crazy if you get her Baron Bomb. Dude, that is actually like sick. It just looks so cool. What new games y'all excited about right now? Matt, you've been playing some Persona 5
Yeah, Royale.
Royale. And like Persona 5 Royale is like, it's so cool because as a re-release of a game, it's probably the most worth getting compared to other games. Other games, they release like a remastered or like an ultimate edition of it, and it's just like, oh yeah, here now the DLC is free or whatever. But they like change shit inside Persona 5 Royale, and it's like really cool. Besides that, I'm trying real hard not to give in and just get fucking Animal Crossing.
Yeah, that and Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy 7, yeah. What counts as the back of this thing?
The back of it.
Just the one facing. Oh, that way. Okay.
Dearest, I suspect we'll have ourselves a most exciting time together, you and I. Just do your
Oh,
best
but
and-
Adam was saying that he played a bunch of Doom.
What are you thinking of Eternal, dude? We got Animal Crossing somewhere if it's something to do while we're trapped inside. I feel like Animal Crossing came at the perfect time for this.
Yeah, you literally could not have picked a better time.
How far are you in Doom,
You
Adam?
beat it.
Oh, beat it. Oh, what do you think of the end? I'm sure you probably already asked all these questions.
Well,
Because in my opinion, the end was like the game was amazing. The end was not quite as cool as I wanted, as I was hoping, or as like satisfying. Can people with shields block these bombs?
No.
Oh, sick. So like,
Go get yourself out of there in a hurry.
Theseus is gonna get fucked then.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant their shields. Like,
Oh,
their
no. Yeah,
shield.
their armor.
Yeah.
No, I meant shield, man. It's different. I thought it was great. Very solid. Maybe 8 out of 10 for story, 9 out of 10 for gameplay. Yeah, I thought some people are like, Doom. I wish they did something that they did last time, and just like not care about the story or whatever. And we don't really care about his back. I'm like, I thought it was cool. It was like Warhammer 40K, type stuff. It was cool. And like the other Doom games had story. Like I don't know. And I think they did a good job of making him move through the story. And having like his own like idea of exactly what he wanted to do, which was totally against what everyone else was trying to convince him or trick him to do. And the Doom guy just had none of it. He was just like, "Nah, I'm just gonna do the thing that I came here to do, which was fuck all of you."
And fuck, he did.
Yeah, fuck, he did. Gameplay gets a -1 for the Marauder existing, dude. The Marauder was so fucking just like ridiculous. It's so crazy that people have specific like frame specific timing setups to loop him because you have to. Like Matt was completing and finishing every single challenge, and then the one challenge that had the Marauder, it, like spent probably an hour on, and it was just like,
yeah, it was rough.
It was, especially since you lose all of your resources when you die.
You don't lose all of your resources.
Well, you lose like ammo, like
Well, yeah.
And so it's like
then
you can have a close one with, but then the next one you have to spend a few runs purposely losing to get up enough stuff to get another close one. Could you spread out your cluster bombs to hit all the different heads?
No, that's as far as they go.
Okay. There was a ton of the story, but it was never in the way which I love.
Yeah.
It was kind of told to you. Matt and I had fun because I would voice act all the story parts. And so that kind of makes it fun.
Oh, you're done.
Nice. I was telling Matt, like, if I wanted to know more, I could check the codex, but the game didn't throw it all of it at me. It let me just kill demons, ignore stuff. That's what it chose to do. Yeah. We were watching the
I mean, we tracked down and read every codex
in fact,
entry.
we read all the codex stuff. We missed one at the very beginning, but we went back and got it. Like midway through the game. But we went through all the codexes and read stuff to the point where if you do that,
you know what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, you know what's gonna or
like other characters' motivations like get revealed to you way earlier on than the game like
tells you.
Yeah. And so when someone does something, you're like, dude, I fucking knew he was gonna do that. And it doesn't like tell you, but it heavily like it gives you the information to come to that conclusion. So we're like, oh shit, so and so is gonna, what was the big one? There was one where we're like, holy shit, this is exactly what we thought was gonna happen. Was it with Samuel, the robot dude, or was it?
Yeah, I think so.
There was a bunch.
Flurry flyer.
There you go. Your attack is faster, more accurate. Oh damn.
Deadlier than ever.
Yeah, it's just kind of cool that when you do read it, like like the twist that's gonna come, kind of. It's very nice. But yeah, Matt and I were watching this developer thing where they were talking about how they were going to go about, because they wanted to have more story in this, but they also didn't want to inundate players. And so they purposely planned out levels where they would have a good portion of the game be just kill stuff, have fun, and then they would purposely throw in at like semi-regular intervals moments where they could just have a level where they just do story stuff. So they could balance it out.
I guess your mother Nyx must have expected someday that you'd pick up a few pointers from myself.
Oh, Adam, did you have any problems with some of the later platforming moments in the game? Because at first the platforming, like it felt really good. Just in general, it was just fun to do. And you were like getting stuff on first try, but it felt cool. And then there was a couple of moments later on where you had to like hit a jump that was just insane. Remember that one jump from like across the thing? You had to jump from one thing, one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what area was that in?
That was in the Maker home.
Oh yeah, Urdax or Urdan.
Oh yeah, spent an hour on the align the portals to Mars thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That shit was crazy. And there was one where you had to get to it to land onto one thing to move forward, and you almost we found a way where you could avoid like 2 jumps and just do it in 1 jump.
Yeah, I accidentally did it in the 1 jump.
Yeah, like it's just like you just like went to a flow state for like 3 seconds and just did it. You have a surprising amount of control while you're, obviously you got all the upgrades to make your movement better, but yeah, it's satisfying when you get it, but sometimes it feels like when you do get it, it's like, I don't really know how I got it. Yeah, but I think it was that was the same area that we had that really hard jump too. It was the left side.
Mm-hmm.
That was really difficult.
Yeah, you had to shoot a door.
Yeah, in mid-flight. That's what it was. You had to shoot the door in mid-flight after doing like 3 jumps, but you were able to reduce it down to 1 jump and then do the shot. And we tried different weapons to see which one was better and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Going back through now, knowing the levels, I'm noticing that I can skip jump assist stuff. Yeah. You can really go through, like, you don't have to do every single jump on a lot of this stuff.
What's for sale?
I also like how, for the first few levels, they have, like, a very specific, okay, not super specific, but you can see, like, a formula that they go through. And then once you start getting used to the formula a little bit, they like completely switch it up on you, and the later levels are like insane and are almost nothing like the previous levels when it comes to like the what do you call it? Did you kill that guy without even turning to him? Or did you turn to him to shoot him?
I don't know.
Formula was I don't know, the later levels they mix it up with the timing on like what portion of the level you're supposed to do something. After you get used to what it was they were doing, it felt like they had a very set series of steps that they were going through for the level, and they like make it 100% clear to you. They're like, you're gonna have this many encounters, you're gonna do this, and then they like completely switch it up, and I thought that was cool.
I have a better idea.
On that one level where you're following the icon of sin through all the buildings, I got absolutely demolished by a number of arena battles, one after the other. Oh, that's like the last level, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt was saying that the icon of sin level, the arena battles were more satisfying as far as like a gameplay thing, and they were like challenging than the actual boss battle, which I felt like the icon of sin boss battle was a little bit annoying from a perspective standpoint, because I didn't play the game obviously, but because it felt like it was the same thing as the con maker. It just felt like and they just gave you resources to do stuff. Like it was almost like they were the whole game. They're telling you play the game how you want to, and then when the last boss battle finally comes, it's like, all right, so now that we told you to play the way you want to, go and just do the things that we want you to do here. It's just like, I would have.
Yeah, it wasn't as interactive as I think it could have been.
Yeah, I was really hoping that there was going to be like, they were going to start out with him being that classic enemy on one part of the screen, attack smaller people, attack big dude thing, and then maybe make it more dynamic and have you go all Shadow Colossus on him. I thought that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Or have you I don't know. I felt like they were teasing that you were going to get inside of a big ass mech, and I was expecting a kaiju battle. Also, the whole game, because on the Doom ship or whatever, there's this big ass like robot thing. I'm like, they got to be saving that for DLC. Like Icon of Sin comes back, and you gotta like get into a fist fight with him. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, there's a lot of mech teasing. Even in the storyline, they're talking about like the mechs and all that. And they're like, yeah, you know, they use these things in battle and stuff, and they were cool. And you're like, oh, I wish I could do that. No. I hadn't upgraded the chain gun, so I was having a bad time with the Icon of Sin fights. Matt, what did you primarily use for the Icon of Sin fights? You switched around a lot, but
yeah,
you didn't really even use the chain gun that much.
No.
You had found a way to kind of do a lot of stuff with the they changed the name of it. It was the Gauss cannon.
Oh yeah, the crossbow, the ballista.
Yeah, the arbalest and all that. And you're doing a lot of stuff with the arbalest.
Darkness.
And the micro missile thing.
Yeah, I was telling him that I did a lot of the micro missile.
This is a sick game though.
No urns permitted in this
Combat was awesome.
defeat.
Is awesome. I feel like there was a sweet spot point in the game just before the Marauder becomes a regular enemy, where the combat is like you feel like a god.
Yeah.
And then the Marauder comes in and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
sick, I feel like a god.
Wait.
Oh,
Now I have to.
he's here?
I'm a demigod now.
yeah.
When I'm back.
We've nothing left to say to one another, Hellspawn, other than to battle.
I don't know about you, but it feels like the Elysium region has been as long as the previous two together.
Yeah.
Now, Hellspawn.
Keeps dodging all your bombs.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll release an option to disable the Marauder, because that should never have been more than one off boss fight. I think they need to retweak the Marauder. I think the Marauder would be cool if.
I think if he didn't have a shield, or if he used the shield, and the fucking dog, the dog is what makes that fight fucking awful.
Especially when you still have other enemies to deal with, so you can't just mainline them.
And I'm staying mid distance like they fucking said.
And it felt like it just broke the rules. That was a big thing for me. Was it really felt like they told you do this, be at this particular distance. Which when they say mid distance, it's like, what is mid distance? Like they don't really describe to you what is considered to be mid distance.
Yeah,
that's difficult. But then it felt like, and a lot of people were talking about, they're like, oh yeah, it says that he's not going to release the dog at mid distance, but you were right next to him one time when he released the dog. Didn't matter.
Yeah.
I think if they tweaked that and made it, and just made it be like the way it should, and then also,
so much better.
Yeah, it would be so much better. But then also give you like a little bit more time to do damage to him when like maybe the weaker he is.
Yeah, kill him with the sword and kill him with the BFG.
Yeah, that's so stupid. That was another thing. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, he was immune to
the super weapons.
Yeah.
Which was like, why? Why is he immune to super weapons? It's dumb. You're not immune to super weapons. You hurt yourself with your own super weapon.
Yeah, some bullshit.
Feels sick.
And like his shield was unbreakable, so it's like you couldn't even like do the thing where you just overload the shield or whatever. He didn't have poise.
Chaos has been lifted.
You know, it'd be cool if you could like, if you could break the shields and have that as like an alternate option of going about it. you know, maybe you still make it difficult, but like have it where you could just like barrage him and then, or you could like target his arm and blow off his fucking arm. That would be sick. I don't know. There's a few things that they could change, and even like slightly smaller tweaks that would allow him to still be someone that you could fight, and that he would still be challenging, but he would be more in line with the rest of the enemies. Or like you said, just make him a one-off boss fight, and maybe have him come back for another boss fight. But like not have it be this thing where all of a sudden he's one of the enemies and it just completely like ruins your whole
ruins
flow.
the flow.
And like the whole point of the game is like the flow state. Like if they had a room where there were only 3 marauders.
And the freaking Archvile can summon them.
Yeah, what the fuck? He can be summoned? Yeah, if they had a room with 3 marauders, I think that room would be like, because like there are moments where there were 2, but 3 would be like incredibly hard.
Target practice.
Oh, Adam, did you do all of the what were they called? They're those special challenge rooms that like you just went against like a seemingly unending like group of enemies, the ones you had to get the key for.
Oh yeah.
Adam, did you do that? Did you do all of those, or as many as you could? Because there was one, and I don't know if it's randomized.
No, it's not.
There was one where you fight a fucking cyber demon, and it's like the only time you see one.
No, you see them
Like,
later, but
later,
you,
but, like,
you
way
see
later.
one like way early.
Yeah, it's like maybe a third of the way in the game or whatever, or maybe even halfway, and all of a sudden there's a cyber demon. No, what sucked is you were like, oh, I want to get the glory kill on him, and you barely missed it.
Yeah.
You haven't finished the Slayer Gates yet? Dude, there's a Slayer Gate with a fucking cyber demon in it.
It's sick.
Tasty. Need to keep looking down those passageways. That's quite a stash there, Charon.
I think I'm going to name this episode the one where we talk about Doom Eternal.
It's reloading.
I think you almost 100% of the game, didn't you?
Yeah.
You
Just
missed,
that one.
You missed one. Did you miss 1 or 2?
No, just the
challenge
one
runs
The one gate that with the.
in that temple place, right?
Mhm.
And then you also missed
Let's see.
like maybe 3 or 4 of the level challenges.
No.
Well, you know, like the destroy this many
Oh,
people
yeah.
with the. There was one. Okay, so I'm sure you remember it. There was one level where there is a level challenge, a combat challenge, where you have to overload those shield guys, and you had to overload like 3 of them
yeah.
to kill them.
And there's 3 in the whole level.
And there were 3 in the entire level. And so Matt missed it once because he had to do it with a specific weapon. He had to do it with a plasma rifle or whatever, right? I don't remember what it's called. And which was like the thing you were using to deal with him anyways. You'd already kind of figured it out.
Should come
Yeah.
useful.
I'm also putting like all of my free time into a game jam entry right now. Oh, it's sick.
Changes around here.
I'll try that. I'm taking my time getting 100% because it's so fun. What type of game are you doing for a game jam, dude? I'm super curious. I've always wanted to be involved in a game jam, but from like a conception, like design standpoint, because I don't, neither of us have used like the programs before. But I think like both Matt and I have like a ton of ideas for games. But like it'd be cool if we could just like give people a prompt for a game. That'd be cool. Oof.
No, even with the he has a little pointer modifier.
Is the what?
He has a little finger pointed at it.
Oh. I'm doing something between Soma and Gone Home, so like story-focused exploration and navigation puzzles. That's cool. The thing I don't like about the crystal guys that shoot the beams is that if you're playing with the idea of not taking any damage, it's like almost impossible not to get hit like once.
No, they're pretty easy to dodge.
Actually, like sometimes you start out a level and they're already shooting.
No, they have to warm up.
Oh, okay.
See?
Okay. You know, it'd be a cool like Daedalus hammer thing for the fists, or for anything like the sword or something like that. Having a thing where when you kill someone with a strong attack, like your special or whatever, you get a bonus to how much damage you do with your special, and it changes it to like a super special attack. And then if you kill the next person, it just like continues to like get more and more. So you could build up and just murk somebody.
This world has a limit.
Black metal.
Better.
You have to get black metal to get a duo.
You have to get black metal to get his ultimate,
Down the chute.
Oh, is it an ultimate?
or his legendary or whatever.
Oh, okay, that's maybe what I'm thinking of. Somewhere along the way, this run kind of slowed down. A little bit
I mean, I can already go beat the boss. I'm doing extra.
just for funsies.
Okay, bitch.
I'm rich.
All right, Adam. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Thanks for hanging, dude. It's always fun chatting. Have fun with the game jam. You should let us know when you get it done. We might try it out. It'd be cool. I like that type, you know. It's fun to play stuff that is like completely fresh as far as I'll ask you some other time. I was gonna ask him if he's ever had the idea to publish a game that he's game jammed. But because didn't Isaac start out as a game jam?
No.
But it did.
No.
There was some game that came out that started out as a game jam and they just continued to develop it.
Well, it's not Isaac. Isaac was after Meat Boy, and he needed a break.
Mm.
That was his relax project.
It's crazy that like how that happened too, because he did Meat Boy, and Meat Boy was an insane success. And then
Ugh, those things. That's a relief.
oh, you're trying to shoot all this stuff. I was like, why are you attacking the heart, dude?
Hang back.
And then after that, made this thing that was just supposed to be like a quick kind of, oh, this is fun. And then that became, and probably, I guess, arguably a bigger success.
This means war.
Isaac?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I think probably it was a bigger success at a slower rate.
Cerberus again
Yeah.
accepts the
Because Meat Boy, Super Meat Boy was
Bye for now.
one of those games that benefited wildly on just the idea of, I guess both of them did, but of people playing it and making videos about it, and then it's kind of what, like spread it as like being a challenging game.
I guess there's only one
No,
thing left to
that
do.
was Isaac.
Isn't that
Isaac
so?
spread.
Well, I thought that Meat Boy had as well, because they were talking about how people were playing it and then making videos and like if you're like, oh god, this game looks really hard, I want to play it too. But I guess maybe not nearly as. Also crazy to think about that Super Meat Boy came out probably just before Let's Plays became big.
Yeah.
Been a while. Lord Hades. I'm after blasted time. Oh, 400 damage. Matt, are you toying with Dad?
No. That's what I'm looking for. I got rid of Dionysus on my attack and got Artemis.
Oh, so crit?
Yeah.
On your special?
No.
Oh, on your
mine.
regular attack, duh. Yeah, because like you're. Oh, 1,700 damage. How did that happen? That was crazy.
Enough of this.
You did like 1,600 to that little guy.
Those don't count.
And destruction. Idiot.
Does Hades go into his no, I'll ask afterwards. I don't want to distract you.
What's up?
Nice. I was gonna ask, does he go into his special shield mode
See you back.
at a regular rate based on his health or just on time?
I think it's on his health.
Not.
Because sometimes it feels like it's not on the health. And
Well, I
if
think
you're taking a
it's
slower bit to kill him, it feels like it happens more often.
His name.
Yeah. Dude,
Maybe
I'm
it's
on
both.
an 11 streak.
You're on 11 streak?
My weapon
Dude,
showed the touch
I thought you had lost recently.
Me too.
Never learning Zagreus, then carelessly fell off a precipice or something, plunging him into the rapids of the STYX.
again.
I'm really curious to see what they do with the area after Hades. Because have they said that they're going to have another area? Like, are they going to have a region on Earth
I don't know.
or on
Resolve the trouble with the satyrs yet.
what is Earth called in this?
You
Earth?
realize just
It's just
how
Earth, the above land, and like sometimes I get like the Norse stuff mixed up, where it's like Midgard and all that. Devoured in pieces.
I think we'll go with this.
Look. Oh, okay, you're talking.
I can't afford any of this.
Keep letting down my guard against you, Zach.
What? Is something wrong, Prince? I'll look into it right now, up there.
Here's what I caught lately.
Does the prices you get for different fish change, or is it always the same for the
Here's the keys.
type of fish?
I think it's always the same.
For the knucklehead, did you get the gems? Or did
I
you get
I
the
don't know what
version?
I don't know what you get.
Curious.
You're trying to fleece me here.
You ever look something up, click a link, and then look just below that link at a different link and realize that's the one you want?
Yeah.